We helped Snow Oral Care, a brand founded by Josh Snow that has done over $200 million in revenue, fix a deliverability issue that was killing their email performance. When they came to us, their Klaviyo sender score was 44 out of 100. The thing is, emails weren't reaching the inbox and the creative wasn't matching the premium positioning that they were going for. And to be honest, it really showed up in their email marketing results. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what we did to turn this around to get their emails back in the inbox and start growing LTV. But before we get into that, check out what Josh had to say about his experience working with us.
Hey guys, Josh Snow here, founder of Snow Oral Care. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Retention for Brands. Listen, we've worked with a ton of agencies over the last 10 years, and honestly, what stood out with them is speed and communication and execution. They move fast, they actually execute, and they keep you in the loop, which is rare. And on top of that, their strategy around email and SMS has been solid. It's not just sending campaigns, it's thoughtful flows, thoughtful design, timing, and real revenue and profit impact. We've had an amazing experience working together, and I've already recommended them to other brand owners that I coach. So if you're looking to level up your retention, drive up your lifetime value and average order value, definitely check them out.
Okay, so if you're in e-commerce, you probably know who Snow are, and if you don't, you've probably been living under a rock, but very quickly, Snow Oral Care develop high-performance, clinically driven whitening and oral wellness solutions for those who want the professional grade experience in the home. So going quickly on, I know we already saw the Josh testimonial, but what stood out for him was our speed, communication, execution, and they've had an absolutely amazing experience working with us. So just to kind of go through what the state of play was before we actually, developed this partnership, they were definitely dissatisfied with the current email marketing provider that they were using. The channel was definitely operating well below its potential for such a fantastic brand. And even more seriously, there was quite a bad deliverability issue happening. So that did require specialists to actually diagnose what that root issue was, obviously repair the sender reputation, get them back into the inbox, and of course build that solid foundation for them. So on top of that, their email copywriting was probably a bit bland for the premium positioning that they were going for, same with the design. And obviously their clinical positioning as well, that wasn't really being matched in the email copywriting or email design that was being put out by the previous agency. So it was definitely clear that they needed a partner who both had the technical ability and obviously the creative ability to not only get them out of the spam folder, of course make sure that the creative is looking as best as it can to tie into that premium positioning. So after the partnership, what we essentially is basically they gained a fully rebuilt retention engine anchored in strong technical health and far better customer economics. So very quickly, what we did is we conducted rigorous list cleaning to remove all unengaged contacts. We got them off some blacklist, fixed up some technical issues that were happening on their domain, like DNS records were kind of all over the place. So making sure it was set up correctly and it wasn't hurting sender reputation anymore. Now, in terms of the results here, their Klaviyo sender score was at 44 out of 100. Within 90 days, we got that up to 77 out of 100, restoring inbox placement, getting them off blacklists. And what that essentially resulted in was an increase of 12% of their 90-day LTV. So that was pretty quick in terms of getting them out of the spam folder and of course, increasing LTV on the back end of that. And the way we actually achieve this as well is not just through list cleaning, not just through technical fixes, but also making sure that the segmentation made sense. Previously, before, what they were doing was essentially just blasting out the whole list, sending the same emails to the same contacts over and over again. And if you've been watching any of my previous videos, you'll understand that I'm always talking about mixing up your segmentation, making sure that you're reaching out to buyers, non-buyers, lapsed customers, win back opportunities differently, and you're not sending the same message to absolutely everybody on your email list. So all in all, with that, they essentially went from firefighting deliverability issues to basically operating a stable, scalable, and profitable retention system that now supports long-term growth. And I think if you take one thing away from this case study, it just shows the importance of your deliverability. So if you haven't watched any of my previous videos about deliverability, I suggest you watch those. I might link them somewhere here above at the top of the video. Definitely do watch them because, as I've been constantly saying in a lot of my videos, it doesn't matter how good your creative is, it doesn't matter how good your brand is, how much brand equity you have, it doesn't really matter unless your emails are actually landing in the inbox, and of course people want to actually receive those emails. So if your brand is dealing with similar issues and you feel like your retention channels just aren't pulling their weight, I want to say that I do offer free audits. I'll personally look at your email, SMS, and retention marketing systems and tell you exactly where you're leaving money on the table. This is completely for free. The link is down below in the description, so you can go there, book a chat with myself, and we'll put a plan in place for your brand. And if you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. I'm putting out more case studies and retention marketing breakdowns like this every single week. So I'll see you in the next one.